Hello and welcome back to my Arduino and electronics channel. My name is John and this is the second video in a series of about Arduino and basic electronics. In this video we will write our first sketch together. Remember that in the Arduino world a program is called a sketch. We will learn how to turn on and off the internal LED that is provided on all Arduino boards. First of all, let's find and identify where the LED is on the board, as there are more than one. This one on the right is the power LED, and it is on every time you power up the board. It is marked on. Those two, marked TX and RX, shows the activity of the serial communications, for instance when you upload a sketch on the board. And finally this one, marked L, is the built-in LED that we are going to control. This LED is physically connected to pin 13, so setting the output of pin 13 to high, will lit up the LED, and setting it to low will switch it off. Let's open the Arduino IDE, and see how this is done. As you can see, when you start the IDE, you will find the bare minimum that is necessary for a sketch to work. As you can see, there are two separate sections here, each with a name, and enclosed in curly brackets. Those are called functions, and every Arduino sketch must contain the setup function and the loop function. All the code inside setup will run only once, each time the board is powered up or the reset button is pressed. After the setup code we have the loop code, which will run over and over. The first line of code we encounter is void setup, followed by open and closed round brackets, and an open curly bracket. As we just saw, the word setup is the name of the function, while void is a data type. It means that no information is returned by the setup function. The two round brackets are used in every function, to pass data through. Setup doesn't need any data, so the brackets are empty. Do not worry if this not clear yet, we will cover it in detail later. Everything between the two curly brackets is the code that executes during the setup. Make sure you always close your brackets, otherwise you will get an error. The IDE helps you with this by highlighting the other bracket if you select one. As for now, we only have two comments here. Comments are easily recognized because they start with a double slash. Everything we write after a double slash will be ignored by the computer, and this is a convenient way to add comments and remarks that may be useful in understanding the sketch. Now let's write our first instruction. We are going to tell Arduino that we want to use pin number 13 as an output. Obviously this is not going to change during the execution of the sketch, so we do this in the setup function. The instruction for this is pin mode, and its parameters are the pin number and, in this case, output. A pin can also be set as an input, by using the keyword input or input_pull-up. We will see this in the next video. Please note that it is important to write this exactly as I am doing. The IDE will not recognize keywords wrote in a different way, and this includes capitals. So this, or this, or this, will not be recognized and will be treated as errors. It is helpful that as you can see the instructions and keywords automatically change to a different color, to make sure that they are wrote correctly. Also note the format in which instructions are wrote, first the instruction itself, then its parameters enclosed in brackets, and finally a semicolon that marks the end of the instruction. This is all we need to do in the setup function. Now let's see the loop. Here we want to light up the LED, to do so we use the digital write instruction, like this. As before, we first have the instruction, then its parameters enclosed in brackets, then the semicolon. The parameters for digital write are high or low. Now we want to insert a little delay, then we will switch off the LED, to have a blinking effect. The instruction for this is called delay, and it has only one parameter, which is the duration of the delay in milliseconds, so for a delay of 1 second we use 1000. Now we switch off the LED, and insert another delay of 1 second, just as we did before, but this time we use low as parameter instead of high. This should be all. Let's take a moment to review what we've done. First we set pin number 13 to an output, then we switch on the LED, we wait 1 second, we switch the LED off and wait another second. Now that the loop function has reached its end, it will start all over again and it will keep looping forever, or at least until you power off the board. Now that the sketch is finished, we need to upload it to our board. The first step is to connect the USB cable to our computer and insert the other end in the Arduino board USB connector. You should see the power LED switching on. Now go back to the Arduino IDE, we need to tell it which board we are using and to which port it is connected. Select Tools from the drop-down menu and go down to Board, select the right board here on the right and click on it, in this case it is the Uno. Now we need to tell the IDE the port that is connected to the board, so select Tools again, and then Port, in my case it is port 7. If you are not sure which port is the right one, the easiest way is to disconnect the USB cable from Arduino, and go back to Tools, Port, again. You will notice that now one port has disappeared. Connect the board again and the port is now available again. This is the right port to use. Here on the right bottom corner you should now see the board and port you are using. It is time to upload our sketch. Press the upload button and wait for the sketch to be transferred to the board. You should see the TX and RX LEDs flicker as this happen. And here you should see the message done uploading. If everything went well, you should now see the LED blinking on and off with an interval of 1 second. Now try to experiment with different values of delay and see what happens. This is all for today. In the next video tutorial we will refine our sketch assigning a name to the pin we are using, and we will try to add an external LED to our circuit. I hope you enjoyed this video and I hope to hear your comments and suggestions. If you liked it you can leave me a like and subscribe to be sure you will not miss the next ones. See you soon on Arduino and Electronics channel.